Hello everybody! Welcome back to another music tip of the week. My name is Mr. Jordan, and today we're going to be talking about the importance of sight reading and how to do it. Now, sight reading is the ability to take any piece of music, put it in front of you, and then try to learn it. Now, the best musicians are great sight readers because having a good sight reading ability allows you to learn songs faster, fix your mistakes quicker, and most importantly, skyrocket your note reading. Now, when students try to sight read, what they'll do is they'll pick up their piece of music and then they'll try to learn each individual note from start to finish. And this is not a good strategy. The reason why is because it takes forever and then you have to keep track of all this other stuff and it's just overwhelming information. So, we're going to come up with a strategy to help your child learn their songs a lot faster and have an approach. Now, we're going to use a phrase in order to do this, and the phrase is something all dogs run away from. Now, this phrase is silly, but it's something that I created to help me remember the order in which to check a song. And you can mess around with the words to come up with your own phrase, but the important thing is to be consistent. Find something that helps you memorize it and that you won't forget. Now, something all dogs run away from, we're going to use the first letter of each word. Now, the first word is S. So we're going to use signatures. Now, when we're looking at signatures, we want to find our key signature and our time signature. The key signature is the most important thing because that tells us which notes are automatically changed. This can come in the form of sharps or flats. If you see a note in the song, if it's in the key signature, that note's going to automatically be changed. Now, the time signature tells us how many beats are in a measure and how to count each measure. So then when we move on, we look for A for accidentals. Accidentals are notes that are not in the key signature. So these are notes that have sharps, flats, or even natural signs in front of them. Do a quick scan, and I'm sure you'll find a couple. Then we move on to D for dog, and that is dynamics. See if you can find certain sections where we're intensifying, so we might want to get a little bit louder, or maybe pieces that are slowing down and getting softer. See if you can map out what the dynamics are like. Then we move on to R for run, and that is repeats. Maybe there's going to be sections in the song where they're just getting repeated, or they're very closely related. And composers do this all the time. They'll take one piece of their music, they might repeat it, or they might change it a little by little, but if you keep in mind the similarities, it'll be easy for you once you get to that part. Then we go on to another A, which in this case means articulation. Articulation is how short we play each note, or how long we play each note. Maybe there's certain parts where it needs to sound a little bit more playful, so we're going to play softer and shorter. Or maybe there's sections where it's going to be a little bit more longer and connected, and we want to slur those notes. Lastly, we move on to F for form. Now, form is super important because it's like your roadmap through the piece. Look for repeat signs, first or second endings, or maybe even codas. And not knowing the form is just like going into the forest without a map or a compass. Don't get lost in your song. Make sure that you're able to follow where you're supposed to go in the piece and when to do it. And then after that, you're pretty much ready. The last thing that you should do is see if you can find one or two measures that are the most difficult in the song and see if you can kind of work your way through those measures alone. That way, once you get to those sections, you won't be surprised and caught off guard and you'll be able to navigate a little bit better. And if you're a little bit more advanced, see if you can figure out some of the chords that are being used. See if you can find those major or minor chords. Oftentimes, they're going to stem from the key signature, which you found out at the first letter. And with all this information, you're ready to go. So go ahead and give it a shot, and that way now you know what to expect as you run through the piece. And that is our music tip for the week. Remember, something all dogs run away from. And with that being said, my name is Mr. Jordan. That is our music tip for the week. Happy sight reading. Sight reading is something that you should do all the time because it helps your note reading ability and it'll help you navigate those songs a little bit better. You can always work on sight reading and it's very important to practice that and get better. But remember, music is a wonderful thing to share. So I hope that you share this with your child or somebody else that's learning piano and learn piano together. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.